What do you think is scarier, the idea that we are alone in the universe or the idea that we aren't? Why? Tell me op. Have you read the 3-Body Problem series? Yes. Before reading the series, I would think being alone would be scarier. The dark forest theory makes the existence of alien civilizations far scarier. I was cheering on the recommendation the 3-Body Problem series. Sadly, for once my not using sufficient hyperbole meant my seconding the suggestion to op was lost. How so? I haven't read the series and you can spoil whatever you want to explain. That we are alone. Given how massive the universe is in space and time, the idea that Earth is the only place where any life form exists is unsettling. Everyone seems to be assuming that other life means humanoid or intelligent. To me it just means any life form, carbon-based or made of element unknown to our galaxy. There has to be something else. Let's imagine the life of a cell. All it knows is that it is surrounded by other cells and a small area which it thinks is its big world. I believe we are like cells to the current imaginable universe in contrast to an even bigger reality. That's how I've looked at it. If you look at the world through this lens, that the size of things doesn't really matter, but how it operates, you can sort of see how the universe is all patterns, all the way down. The idea that we are alone, because it would imply that our existence is winning the astronomical lottery and this is all we are trying to do with it. Thief had a couple billion years sir, and the best they could come up with was making memes about a gorilla who was shot. Ugh, not again. Let's scrap it and start over. Take 14. 960. Neither is scary, because if we are alone, then we have nothing to worry about. If we are not, then the sheer vastness of space is a pretty good indicator that we are not likely to ever make contact with another intelligent species. I find it more depressing knowing that there are so many galaxies and planets out there, that there must be billions of strange and exotic places that we'll never see or explore. We are pretty much confined to our own solar system, unless we develop a technology to skip across time and space, which is scary to imagine. True. How amazing would it be to planet hop? Forget Europe. Vacationing in another galaxy. The idea that we are alone. It gives me a feeling of loneliness and that there is not as much out there to look for. Existence would not be as interesting. Next best thing is to shoot bacteria into space and hope it hits something, then we will have created aliens. Oh crap. This blew up. Would they still be aliens if they originated from Earth? Mathematically there should be life. I think it would be far more frightening that we are alone. It would indicate there was something very weird going on. Yeah, the fact that people are the most intelligent beings in the universe LMAO. I think about the ruins of ancient civilizations on other planets and how absolutely fascinating it would be to explore them. That would be amazing. That we are alone. It would give credence to the simulation theory. Given the number of stars being circled by planets that we can see from Earth, let alone the rest of the universe, the odds are laughably small that on one of those distant planets the same building blocks didn't exist. This planet is not unique. But simulation theory is the least scary explanation for why we are alone. To me it's actually the most comforting explanation, because it means there exists superior intelligence and it somehow cares about our existence. Even if only tangentially. The more scary / depressing explanations are 1. We are the first. It means we're screwing up a very unlikely opportunity. 2. We are one of many, but the only one right now. It means civilizations like ours are all doomed to collapse, and extinction egg the great filter is ahead of us. Should have made clear I'm ignoring the possibility that we don't know about the others, which is most likely the case. I'm just assuming we are truly alone. If we are the first, we won't know if we screwed up until it is too late, until there is only one human left alive and no potential to repopulate. We have not failed as a species. If we are one of many, the concept of the filter could exist but is uncertain. Certainly on our planet we would be the only one either to make it past or all others have crashed into it. But we simply haven't observed enough to judge if the universe even has a filter. My personal favorite theory is that we are on a giant Truman Show. They watch us for fun and occasionally throw a curveball to get better ratings. That we aren't. If we are alone, then we are the best and worst of the universe. I don't want to run into a species worse than us. Valid point. Also great filters. Hopefully we've beaten the odds and have managed to secure a place in a hostile universe. Great video by FashunHouzz. I think the scariest thing is that if an asteroid hit Earth right now and destroyed everything, nothing that we know of will recognize any record of anything that ever happened on Earth. There will be nothing to account for the loss of Earth. So if there's nothing out there to do that, then it's like Earth never existed at all. Scary. Edit. Golden record. Tree falls in woods. Entropy got it. Actually we sent out proof of our existence on probes link. Wikipedia. org/wiki/pioneer_plaque. We sent into outer space in the hopes alien life might find them. They have some cool stuff like a star map to Earth and recordings of various humans. So NASA gave the aliens directions to come and invade Earth. Way to go NASA. Way to go. /s. Well, the idea that we'll never know. There are lots of paradoxes and problems regarding aliens. If they are there at all, have they developed technology advanced enough to create electromagnetic signals? And if yes, why we haven't seen any signs throughout the visible universe? Our civilization can be easily spotted for everyone in a California 110 Li radius with radio telescope, and we can't spot anything in billions of light years around. On the other hand, we have animals on Earth, dated hundreds of millions of years, and they haven't evolved into space dwellers. Honestly, it doesn't matter if we are or not alone. We'll never reach to the stars unless we find out how to break laws of physics. I am pretty sure everyone alive right now will never know. Maybe it is just universally not possible to travel such long distances in space. Maybe all other species don't even want to do that. Maybe all we can do is wonder. Cause we ain't discovering new planets and life forms in my lifetime. IDK man, 2020 has been a wild ride so far. I have recurring dreams, nightmares, of an alien invasion. It usually follows some kind of theme where there are instantaneous global sightings and amped up military engagement / reconnaissance to determine the potential threat. I live close to a large airbase BTW. I'll see it pop up on the TV, and whenever my family and I go outside we will spot a group of them. It's usually just a blip, like they are turning their cloaking devices on and off. But it's one of the most terrifying feelings I've ever experienced. Sheer terror and panic grip us, and we all confirm what we saw. Nothing I've experienced in real life has filled me with that type of dread. For some reason I'm always convinced there is nowhere to hide, and not knowing what is the exact threat gives me a feeling of futility / helplessness. There is nothing we can do to stop them from having their way with us. Sometimes it feels like they just start bombing the whole planet at once or something. Earthquakes and intense weather suddenly appear, and the horizon just shuts down with either black or grey walls like lights being turned off in a long hallway, till the darkness closes in on me. At the end it always feels like there was something we could have done to prevent it from happening, but we procrastinated / didn't care, and that's why the aliens came. A few times the sky literally tore open, and what felt like angels / demons / interdimensional beings just came spewing through, like projectile vomit through a wet paper bag. Not much I can remember following those instances. Just sheer terror. Credit to N. By Stephen King. I'm sure reading King's and Lovecraft's works plus watching Hollywood have influenced these dreams / nightmares. But I still can't help but feel like being alone in the universe is worse. It seems like the aliens come because we ducked up the planet and they use it as an intergalactic sort of pit stop. They got tired of letting us destroy nature or something. It's not like they were evil, it was like they had some sort of grand scheme way beyond what some hairless chimps could comprehend. I was reading your description and just thinking this guy should write a book. Then I got to the shout out to Stephen King and H.P. Lovecraft and it all made sense. You're a great writer, BTW. You should explore that if you haven't already. The idea we aren't. Basically any time two entities come into contact there is some kind of power struggle, and the loser is either subjugated or eliminated. The only chance for peace is a coincidental situation, where both parties are at the same power, roughly speaking, to where the struggle is known to be too damaging to all parties such that it should be avoided. That's true in Earth scenarios, but I don't think that would happen between two civilizations in space. Because of the size of things, if two interstellar civilizations are close enough to come in contact with each other, there's probably more than two. It's also all but impossible to hide in space. If one civilization starts trying to conquer others, I don't think others would take kindly to that, even if it's for selfish reasons. There's also no real reason to conquer in space. If you're an interstellar civilization, you don't need slaves or other resources from another one. Their only real reason to even make contact would be to say hello and trade ideas, or give a warning to back off. Alone. It's theoretically impossible for us to be alone. But if we're the first/last thinking life forms in the universe, that's a depressing thought. Cause that means someday, the last human being will die out, and that will be the end of all progress. Sure, life will go on. But would another species step up and do better than us? Can they? Will they? I guess the not knowing is the worst part of it. Theoretically extremely unlikely, not impossible. I mean, I'm no expert, but I'm pretty sure Earth and mankind becoming the way they are was also an extremely unlikely occurrence. The idea that it matters. The idea that regardless of either possibility, there is no saving us from ourselves. True. The idea that we aren't. That could be one of the worst ideas possible. Have you ever heard about the Great Filter Theory link? B/Ujtogch0 or maybe a super civilization that monitors other planets with lives and destroy them once they become too much of a threat to them. If you haven't already, I suggest you read the 3-Body Problem series. It'll keep it in mind that we are alone. The thought that Shrek exists somewhere and would kindly accept us in his swamp in the time of a major catastrophe gives me a good night's sleep. Hey, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.